I have been thinking about the fact that if you do not put something out in the universe, it will not exist, so this is my attempt to do that. And in an attempt to get back to enjoying doing art and trying to create something positive, I am going to turn back to a Inktober I did several years ago, and revisit a character. This is 2018, guys. And I would like to revisit the story of Doryu. Doryu is a Dilophosaurus who goes on an epic journey, and it includes dinosaurs and dragons and falling stars and all sorts of wonderful craziness. And I would want to do something with this, so I'm going to take a minute for myself, and I'm going to draw this little dude in all of his inaccurate dinosaurian glory. And you are welcome to hang out with me while I do that. So, let's get started. So, the Dilophosaurus gained popularity from the original Jurassic Park movie. And what's funny is the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus is not only way too small, but it has this ridiculous frilled lizard frill that there is no scientific evidence for. And I love it. I love dinosaurs in general, but I had a special place in my heart for the Dilophosaurus as a child. And Doryu 1000% has the neck frill from Jurassic Park, and I've always thought if I were to turn around and make the graphic novel or young adult novel that I want to for Doryu, I would absolutely acknowledge that fact and the fact that it is not accurate. I like to imagine I'd have like a note in the back of the book talking about the dinosaurs and like the actual science, because in the story there's also a lot of dinosaurs that don't exist at the appropriate time either. And it's my story, and I'm an adult, and I get to choose what happens. So, yeah. But also, I want to get to know, like, the correct things. So, Doryu has the frill. Doryu has this, like, really dopey, dumb look on his face. He's got that little dip nose that Dilophosaurus has. The kind of really interesting jowls. But his eyes are huge and derpy and low. And he's got his crests. And then scrawny neck with a frill on it. And he's just dopey and cute, and I love him so much. I also really wanted to keep the frill on him because it helps like emote. It's fun to play with, kind of like dog ears and such. So, yeah. Look at this cutie pie. Brr. He looks kind of froggy here. Okay, so I want to do an actual piece. I actually have never really drawn him in color. So let me think about what I want to do. I want to do him like chilling, being cool, holding his star. I kind of like that. I want to have him jumping. I love making him jump because his feet are all big and cute. Kind of like this. So I'm going to go with that. A little smaller. I'll put his head here. Neck. Shoulder. He's supposed to be a baby Dilophosaurus. For sure. A little concerned boy. I love adding extra like fabric kind of crinkles in his frill. It's expressive and I love it. It's really interesting to try to figure out how to get these dinosaur hands to hold a basically glass orb. I need something for the background. What should I do? Look at those weird little hands. They're just gonna give him some shooting stars. There we go. Let's just... Yeah. I think I did not draw his eye or head big enough. He looks older than he does in some of the older stuff I've drawn him. Yeah. Oh, now he looks kind. He looks scared in the sketch. He's going like, nah. Sweet boy. It's been a while since I've drawn him. I need to get my dinosaur drawing skills back up to snuff. Yeah, always smudging ink. Da, 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 da. Of course, this song gets stuck in my head. I love dinosaurs. Oh, my sweet little boy. Yeah, this turned into like a much older version of him. But I'm okay with that. Because it's a matter of just drawing him again for the first time in a long time. Okay. Make sure that's totally dry. Get myself an eraser. Cannot get... I love kneaded erasers. I usually don't even worry about keeping them in the boxes. This is not the one I've normally been using, but that's somewhere else in the room. But why are they so hard to get out of the box if you do keep them in the box? That's probably why I don't keep mine in the box. I'm erasing my dinosaur. Here I go again. I'm erasing my dinosaur. This is why I don't draw with me all the time. 'Cause when I do, I sing weird songs. But I wanted to try something new. So, here we go. I'm sorry. Erasing. There we go. Now, what color is my sweet, sweet boy? He's the color of... I'm not gonna color him yet. I'm gonna paint the background first. No, I should paint him first for contrast. The background for him. The background for him. I don't know. This is not the paper for watercolor, but it doesn't matter 'cause I'll do an art for me. And you get to listen to my bad songs. My husband teases me a lot for whenever I'm singing random songs because I, most of the time, have no clue where the tune is from. It's just popping into my head. Where he is a music aficionado, so he always knows where the tune is from, and it drives him nuts because I'll be starting with one tune and switch to another tune like halfway through. Kinda sunset-y vibe, twilight-y vibe. Bachi, bachi, bachi. Bachi, bachi. I recently did a thing at work where I walked a bunch of fellow teachers through a Bob Ross painting, and it was a lot of fun. It actually took us 2 attempts to finish, which was really funny because it was about a 30-minute Bob Ross painting, and it took us about 4 hours. And basically we're using completely not the right materials. That's probably why it took so long. And what I was doing is we would watch Bob, and then I would pause and I would tell them how to fake what Bob was doing. And yeah, it was pretty funny. Especially when it came to the fan brushes and the happy little trees, because the running joke was, of course, the reason why nobody's trees looked good as Bob's is we didn't have fan brushes. Which, could have helped. But it was fun. 10 out of 10, do it again. Hopefully it wouldn't take, 4 hours in 2 different sittings, 6 months apart, to do it. But, you do what you can, I guess. People seem to enjoy themselves, which is the important part, and things like that, right? This guy exists entirely in black and white in my head. I honestly think I'm gonna make him largely black and white and gray. Makes his little star pop out all the more, I think. I think I might not just be drawing guys from this story. I think I'm gonna go back and draw things I haven't thought about in a long time. Characters. Because this is nice. It's nice to give myself this. Part of the reason why I think about this guy in blacks and grays is I've tried once to write a kind of novelization of his story, and his egg matches some rocks at one point, and he almost gets stepped on by his would-be, or will-be, adopted father, an ankylosaurus. So I've always imagined his egg, this mottled, like, grays and browns and such. Just because it's felt right. I just take a little bit of blue and mix it in with the black. The story I really enjoyed coming up with for Inktober, and I really, really hope someday I'll be able to properly, like, actually write it down or comic book it or something, because there's not enough dinosaur fantasy where it's the dinosaurs in the fantasy and not just people taking all the fun. I actually really like following the hero's journey with these Inktober projects. I've done several now, starting with this one where I created a story. This one was, of course, the first one. After this, I actually completed a entire comic book. Well, most of one. 100 pages. In a month of October, which was definitely a labor of love. And the next year, I did a space exploration story where my husband actually gave me the explanation for the prompts, and I went from that. And then this year, in this actually exact sketchbook, I did a story about 2 siblings and a forest of living statues. So I have stories and plots, and a lot of them are pretty fleshed out. Do I do anything with them, though, past Inktober? No. Why would I do that? Yeah, it's something I really want to get better at. One of these days I'll have a story that becomes something. And those are just my most recent stories. I've got a story about a good boy hellhound, or a gladiator saber-toothed tiger, a nearly invincible bugged-themed deaf superhero. All kinds of stories. I'll tell them one of these days. Until then, I'll just keep doing this. What is this exactly? I don't know. Like I said, it's nice to do something. Express something. Share something. I'd like to have something published one of these days. I like to think my stories are worth paying attention to. So does everybody else. Maybe someday you'll be able to read a story about scaredy cat, scientifically inaccurate dinosaur, catching a falling star, returning home to a home that chased him away, and saving those who chased him away as well. Maybe one day. And some big time mixed media. Is this a good piece of art? I don't know. But I like it. Is this exactly the color scheme I think you'd have? Probably not. But I dig the moment. There's something about his face. It's sweet and caring. Thank you for hanging out with me while I drew this. And hope you're having a good time. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to anybody who watched. See you next time. Bye.